Hey everyone, in today's video, I want to share a different perspective on premium processing. For those of you that don't know, premium processing is an optional service that USCIS offers on certain cases where you can pay an additional fee and get your application processed faster. Now, again, in this video, I want to share a perspective about premium processing that a lot of people don't really talk about. So if you're thinking about using premium processing for your case, I think you're going to find this video interesting, so make sure to stick around. As I just mentioned, premium processing is available for certain case types, and the way it works is you pay an additional fee and USCIS will process your case faster. So let's say you're planning on doing an L1 visa petition, and let's just say that current processing times under standard processing for an L1 petition is 6 months. Through premium processing, you can pay an additional fee. It's currently $2,500, and based on paying that additional fee, USCIS will adjudicate your case within 15 days. So for the right candidate, for somebody that's looking to expedite the processing of their case, premium processing can be an excellent option. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier in this video, I want to share a different perspective. So the reason why I want to share this perspective is that oftentimes people will find out about premium processing and they'll be very excited and they'll want to pursue premium processing without considering everything to be considered. Again, when you do premium processing, you have to pay USCIS an additional fee. And USCIS is obligated to issue a response to your case within that timeline, whatever the timeline is for that particular case type. For most cases, it's 15 days. And again, USCIS has to issue an initial response within that period of time. Now, if USCIS does not issue a response within that window of time, then USCIS has to refund you the additional premium processing fees that you've paid for the case. Now, here's where it gets interesting. When you select premium processing, it doesn't mean that USCIS has to make a decision on your case within 15 days. They can potentially approve your case, or they can issue something called a request for additional evidence, also called an RFE. Now, here's the thing. If you're submitting a case to USCIS, earlier we mentioned an L1 petition oftentimes is hundreds of pages long. And USCIS, an immigration officer, may have several cases that they have to adjudicate. And if you're submitting an application to USCIS that's hundreds of pages long, and the immigration officer has a 15-day deadline to issue a response on your case, well, you might be increasing your chances of receiving a request for additional evidence. Now, of course, this isn't any sort of stated policy, but as you can imagine, if you're putting an immigration officer under that time crunch and they have such a voluminous petition to overview and to review in such a truncated period of time, it stands to reason that you might be opening yourself up and increasing the likelihood that you could potentially get a request for additional evidence. Again, if USCIS does not issue an initial response within that window of time, then they have to refund you your additional premium processing fee. And USCIS doesn't particularly want to do that. So while there's no statistics that I'm particularly aware of that mention that premium processing cases are at higher likelihood of receiving a request for additional evidence, as an immigration lawyer, what I've observed at times and in discussions with colleagues is that sometimes it seems as if cases that are selected for premium processing might potentially be more likely to receive a request for additional evidence. It's just something to be aware of. Now, again, in light of all of these circumstances, it still might make sense for you to pursue premium processing. It still might be the correct decision for you in light of everything. But it's important to discuss with an immigration lawyer to understand all the variables involved to make sure that you're making an informed decision for your particular case. So I hope that you found this information helpful. I hope you found this video interesting. If you know anybody that can benefit from this information, please feel free to share. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video.